I've seen your hand provide what I needed. It's a wonder only you can complete. I expect the unimaginable. YAHUAH works the incredible, far beyond what I ask or dream. My life is a wonder unseen. YAHUAH can do anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible. Anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible. I heard how your touch healed the broken. I read how your garment restored the weak. I felt how your love lifts me from shame, giving strength when I'm weak. I believe the unimaginable. YAHUAH works the incredible. More than I ask, think or imagine. My life is a wonder through Him. YAHUAH can do anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible. Can do anything, anything He chooses. From the beginning, YAHUAH declared 6 days you labor, but one is prepared. A day of rest, a day of delight, a sign between us shining bright. Not a burden, not a weight, but a baraka never laid. From generation to generation, a day of favor, no hesitation. The Shabbat is a sign, forever it remains. From the rising of the sun till it sets again, YAHUAH has spoken, His word never fades. We rest, we remember, His command is unchanged. Not for the nations, they never obeyed. They profaned the day and walked away. But Yasharello, called by His name, turn back, return, no more shame. YAHUAH's word is truth, it stands so strong. If you love Him, then you walk along. No buying, no selling, no worldly ways. Just delight in Him and keep His ways. The Shabbat is a sign, forever it remains. From the rising of the sun till it sets again, YAHUAH has spoken, His word never fades. We rest, we remember, His command is unchanged. YAHUAH's word is truth, it stands so strong. If you love Him, then you'll walk along. No buying, no selling, no worldly ways. Just delight in Him and keep His ways. The Shabbat is a sign, forever it remains. From the rising of the sun till it sets again, YAHUAH has spoken, His word never fades. We rest, we remember, His command is unchanged. The Shabbat is a sign, forever it remains. From the rising of the sun till it sets again, YAHUAH has spoken, His word never fades. We rest, we remember, His command is unchanged. Not for the nations, they never obeyed. They profaned the day and walked away. But Yahusha, called by his name, turn back, return, no more shame. Yahuah's word is truth, it stands so strong. If you love him, then you'll walk along. No buying, no selling, no worldly ways. Just delight in him and keep his ways.
There's nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God. Ask and you will give. See you will find. There's nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's broadcast. We're Mark and Ken. We're so glad you can join us today on THC. On today's program, we're going to be talking about this word, the day of rest. Now, I promise you want to hold on, because some of the stuff you're going to hear today, this is where they say, I knew something was wrong. This is where you say, I just couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew something was wrong, and you are absolutely right. And we're gonna show it to you today, because remember, the greatest thing that Lucifer could ever do is that remember his role. He's a liar, he's a thief, and he's a murderer, and those are the patterns that he does. You know, he's not going to just, steal land from you and not steal your Savior's name. All right? He's just not going to hide history and then all of a sudden just give you the truth about YAHUAH. He's not going to do that. No, he's a liar from the beginning. He lies to his own kids, and his kids perpetuate that lie. And then he wants anybody to be in the lie, and he mixes the lie with the truth. That's what he does, the lie with the truth, the lie with the truth. It's a constant pattern. And so you gotta, once you find him, and again, that's what the beautiful thing said, once the thief has been found.
That's right.
Okay, so we found him, and now
we about to boil in our what was supposed to be added back on.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into that, but I'm gonna get in my page here real quick.
Okay. Good morning to those just tuning in. Good morning, those that have been dedicated to us and to this service and to the time in YAH. I'm telling you, what a time we're having. So those that are new, we welcome you. We thank you that you tuned in this morning to THC, where YAHUAH reigns and rules and have his way. And those that are faithful and committed, welcome again. And get your notepads, your book. I call it the book of remembrance. Remember what was told and promised to you, which is his Basora, which means the word that was given to us as his children to be guided through this time on this earth. Like Mark said, we're going to be talking about the book of Exodus 20, and we're going to be talking about the day of rest.
Let's just keep it there right
Yes.
there. Just the day of rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The day of rest.
That's it.
So we're gonna show you quite a few our
Scripts.
our little things on the screen.
Yeah.
And
Little passages that we have.
passages. Just the way, because you have to research certain things a certain way, and then be able to show you guys that research. Mm-hmm. And so we're gonna show you the research. And again, when you're trying to research on Gemini or whatever, Google or whatever, or this AI platform stuff, remember, it's designed to not show the truth. Mm-hmm. So you have to trick it to get the information out. And it's always, you know what, no matter what question you always ask, it's always postured it's waiting for you to say something about that word.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Because no matter what words you use, that's you.
Yeah.
That was it.
They claim it.
They claim it real quick.
Right.
On any kind of research.
Right.
If it sounds like it could be Bible, biblical, that doggone AI will lie to you in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so.
And it makes sense why it's important to keep hard copy books that had certain information that grandparents had, that parents had, because you won't be able to get it. So even though we went through and threw stuff,
I threw away this old. I think I had a 1600 edition, but it kept falling apart. And I think you liked it. She's like, "Oh, that's the devil," because it had the Procchia. And Kim hated it. It's like,
I didn't hate it.
No, you didn't like it.
Yeah, but I didn't gonna get rid. I still got all my Bibles, but I don't have the.
It was wood. Actually, the cover was wood. She's like, "You don't need that," and I threw it away. That's all I remember.
That's what you want to remember. See how quick that is. No, it is important if you have those great grandparents that you have access to in this generation.
If you got access to the books,
keep them and hold on to them,
to any old book, especially past anything under 1600.
Because we've been touring bookstores.
Yeah, we've been
that
touring.
were supposed to be old bookstores, and we went into one of them and said, "Oh no, we got rid of all."
Or
no, it was slick. Wait, it was slick the way they said it. No, we got rid of all the books, and we brought in the new books. And Mark said to them, "So what you guys do over?" "Oh, that's in the basement." "Well, how do I get in the basement?" "Oh, you got to have a membership." "Well, what's the membership?" It was going up.
It kept going.
And then she said, "Well, I'll get the membership." And then it was like a pause, like,
give me the membership.
Yeah, so basically they don't want nobody to see those old books, those old writings in history, because then it won't keep up with the lie they're trying to spill.
Yeah, the lie they're trying to spill, yeah.
So we're going to, trust me, we've been driving to bookstore.
Today,
we're
going to talk about, I need you to write down what your father said.
You got that, guys?
The day of rest. Mm-hmm. Write that down. Please write this word down. This statement.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting.
Now, I had gotten this book. Where did I get the Black's Law book from? Monica?
No, you ordered it.
Okay.
It was because of schooling.
Okay.
I mean, you were doing it for something. It was something. You were in school, but you kept it for something. I don't know what it was.
I couldn't remember. I thought it was.
No.
Okay.
No. Right. You ordered it.
So this, I don't know why.
I order it for school?
I don't remember. One of us ordered, but I remember Monica talking about it. She was talking about it.
Yeah, and I said I got it because I had it for my what's the name class.
Okay.
Yes, we did go to school.
Yeah, but I remember.
Yeah, we were talking about it because you said you was having a conversation with Monica and Lewis, and we were talking about it. You said the black.
Yeah, because I just remember that Black's Law book came out, and I couldn't remember. Yeah.
It's about law.
It's about law, but it's the book.
It's my book.
Yeah,
I had law.
It was about this particular. Mm-hmm. If you want to know the legal meanings, of something, you go to Black's Law book. Mm-hmm. And that thing is about that thick, man.
Thick.
And so I hadn't looked at it in a long time. So the Ruach.
You haven't looked at it in a long time.
Said, go check this word out.
Oh, you did it while I was doing something?
I went, oh, no, you didn't.
He kept Okay. Tell us right there.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
we're gonna look at something in that. Okay. Now I gotta set you up, and then what is that? I'm gonna set up the religious bear. And I'm gonna chop his head off. Wow! Today.
Yeah, you know I don't have no problem.
And everybody here, all y'all watching, you're gonna love this. Okay, so now keep in mind, we always want to stay with our Father's letter. Let Him set the tone for that. Now, and part of that tone was, I know we talked about Exodus 20, but do you recall Isaiah 58 gives us the attitude, the character, and the posture you're supposed to have during the day of rest. Now, just for some of you today, the day of rest actually begins tomorrow. Okay, if you're watching this on, and again, I know I'm talking to you live, but later on when people come on, today's the 12th.
Right.
Today's the 12th.
And it starts tomorrow evening.
And it starts tomorrow at sundown. Okay. And it's important to know sundown based on not the number 12th or 13th or 14th of this calendar, but based on the cycle of the moon and the cycle of the sun. Okay. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the cycles of the moon and sun, just let you know 40 days, 40 nights. Okay. Because Yah uses 40 days and 40 nights throughout the entire scripture. So 40 days, 40 nights, and there's a particular book that was taken out called Jubilees that talks about 40 days, 40 nights, 40 days, 40 nights. And it's actually the calendar part of the entire Besorah. That book was taken out because they didn't want you to understand the timetables. And that's what Jubilees, the book of Jubilees, primarily deals with. Okay, so with that being said, in
I'm reading it right.
in Isaiah 58, and I'm going to read this, but we don't have to turn to it because we already went over it. And I just want to read this, the end part, on when the blessing, okay, or when all of the manifestation of things would come to people, when they would begin to honor the day of rest, in which we call, and which Jewish people call, and which religious people call what? The Sabbath. We're going to talk about that word too. Okay? And what is the correlation between the word that we see today and the correlation between the word Sabbath? And so we're going to look at that word, all right, in correlation to the day of rest. Very important, because remember, Satan is what? A master. But he is no match for a son of Yah. When a son of and a daughter of Yah zooms in to a subject that they can hear from above, he can't hide no more.
Yeah, Monica confirmed. It was my book, and we were talking about.
Okay. Oh, she just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, Monica. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's what
yeah,
we're talking
that's
about.
what it was. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, so it's my book, and we were talking about some things. Okay.
Okay, so
Which had to do with the word, but we ain't gonna stare out.
yeah. So let me keep going here. Okay. So
I'm ready to write with you.
well, was Isaiah 58
Right at the end.
at the end where we're talking, and it says in verse 12. Now I want to read verse 12 instead of using my language.
Okay.
It says, "And those from among you shall build the old ruins." That means that later on in life, that's referring to us. "And you shall rise up the foundations of many generations." Okay, that's you and our kids, right? Because they know His name. And you will be called the repair of the break. Or remember those songs, "Repair of the Breach," whatever.
Yeah, breaking the chains.
Breaking the chains. Yeah, that's why that song was so powerful. Breaking the chains. Okay, and then it says, "The restorer of the streets to dwell in." And it says, and if you do turn back your foot from the, in here it says Sabbath. Okay,
Which is correct.
from doing your pleasure on my Kodesh. So and so it's telling you the posture. If you just pull back from doing your own pleasure
That's good.
on the day of rest. So the day of rest, he's describing what you're supposed to do here on a day of rest. Not like it's been taught with Seventh-day Adventists and Jews and And so we're getting to that.
If you pull back.
Yeah, if it says if you delightly, it says from doing your pleasure.
That's good.
From doing your pleasure on my Kodesh day. Kodesh means separated day. Okay, and you shall call the day of rest a delight. Or now here says here, you shall call the Sabbath a delight, the Kodesh day of YAHUAH esteemed or glorified. The word, esteemed there. Or the separated day of YAHUAH. So you can write that down too, the separated day of YAHUAH. The separated day of YAHUAH is the day of rest. The separated day of YAHUAH is the day of rest. The separated day of YAHUAH is the day of rest. Okay, all that, what I just said, falls under the word Shabbat. Okay, I'll tell you how it's really pronounced in just a bit. Now, it says, and you shall see it, and here's how the day of rest really works. It says, not doing your own ways. So like the day before, 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 you would get up and you'd have your schedule and you'd go attend that schedule. Well, on the day of rest, you don't get to do that. It's just dealing with your schedule, how you normally do things Monday through Friday. And on the day of rest, you stop that. That's why the religious groups say, "Oh, work, work." But where there's some people maybe don't work like that, So what do they do?
Exactly.
So it's just about keeping this routine calendar and getting involved with the world, and you're gonna watch this show, you're gonna watch that show, and
the key thing.
Okay.
Finish it, and I'll tell you.
And then it says, and not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure. Okay, so that could be like going to the movies or whatever the word pleasure falls under, nor speaking your own words. So it means now he's just talking about conversation and your schedule, but he never says stop your schedule.
That's good.
He never says stop having conversation. He said never stop having do pleasure.
Sure. That's right.
Right? That's not what the day of rest was about.
Yes.
He says, then if you do these things, you shall delight yourself in YAHUAH. Now, this is the most important part of the day of rest, the day of YAHUAH. Here, this is the most important part. He goes, and I shall cause you, telling you, to ride on the heights of the earth and feed you with the inheritance of Jacob, your father. Then he puts a stamp on it. For the mouth of YAHUAH has spoken. It's not from no prophet. It's not from anybody. The mouth of YAHUAH. That statement, Yahusha shows up and says, I come to fulfill that. Not even Yahusha himself overrode this. But Christians do. Muslims do. Catholics do.
The religious group.
Religious people do all day. And they taught us to do that. And I'm going to tell you how they did it. I'm going to tell you how they did it. That devil think he was smooth, but I gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
No, I like the key. When it says, and when he gets to the part, if you, those two words, if you.
Yeah.
What did it say? If you keep, right?
If you do not turn your back from the foot of the, right here, it says Shabbat, or for Shabbat, and then we'll get into that.
Wait, there's a point where it says if.
And he says, from doing your pleasure, okay, on my Kodesh day, and shall, and he goes like this, and shall call the day of rest a delight. So notice that. So how can you say that the day of rest is a delight compared to the religious groups that basically said, oh, they make it seem like you gotta beat yourself up and torture yourself, and you gotta you don't work, and this made it seem like it was just this horrible day of planning and what have you. Okay, now let me keep going because I need to.
Yeah, go.
Okay, so now we need to look at some things. Okay, so now this word, and I'm gonna jump right into it, guys. Okay. When YAHUAH gave the instructions to Moshe, and he said to honor this day. Let's go to Exodus 20.
Okay.
We need to Exodus 20.
And what?
Okay.
20.
And we need to just go into Exodus 20 and verse 8. We're going to go there. And we're just going to just start there at verse 8. And because we know that coming away from, they have the agreement now. The agreement set in stone. Moshe said, okay. The people said, okay. And then Yah said, okay, cool. Now they said, okay, bring them to the mount. Let's deal with it. And he starts there in Exodus. And he says that the first thing, I am YAHUAH, your Elohim, who brought you out the land, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Now, there at the top left, it tells you, remember the Shabbat. Now, day, okay, to set it apart. Now, and we're going to get into, in just a moment, I want you to see the research, because this word Shabbat has been there a long time, y'all.
Yeah.
This was one of the first words that Satan had,
Placed.
a place at. He couldn't change the word too much, but he changed the meaning of that word. And if you just think for a moment, what is this word? The word Shabbat, no matter what, is they do it very clever. But it just means the day of rest. So, because remember, a lot of it is written, it's written right to left.
Right.
So if you got to think about Hebrew right to left, but Lucifer does a play on this because we speak English. So if you really read this, it just says apart, if I read it right to left, if I say apart, set the day of rest to remember. So I'm reading it backwards right now.
Right.
So that's how the Hebrews talk. So if you're looking at it, it says apart, set, the day, rest,
And
to remember. So that's how they spoke. So we read it left to right, it says remember the Shabbat day to set apart. So, but in reality, that's how you read it. Okay? Now, it says in verse 9, 6 days you labor, and you shall do all of your works. But the 7th day is the Shabbat of YAHUAH, your Elohim. Okay, and so you do not do any work, nor your son, your daughters, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, you see all that. Okay, so nor your cattle, nor your stranger that is within your house. In other words, any of your employees or anybody, blah, blah, blah. Okay, because he started with them, with the family, in case they were trying to separate each other and say, well, you know what, I'm going to sit back and rest, and y'all still work.
Right.
So that's why he put all that in there. Okay. Or somebody might say, well, we don't got to work, but that cattle got to get out there and do some work, right? They make him keep walking in a circle, right?
That's what. Yep.
All right. So, and then they said, well, okay, we'll feed the cattle. They can go ahead and do, we can still feed the cattle because, God ain't going, he don't want us to eat, right?
Right.
So he took away all that. So right here in verse 9, it says, the 6th day you shall do all the works, but the 7th day. Notice what it doesn't say. It doesn't say every. It doesn't say every Saturday. It doesn't say anything about Saturday. Do you guys see that? Do you see Saturday in there at all? Think about it, people. He says in verse 10, but the 7th day is the Shabbat of YAHUAH, your Elohim. Can you see the word Saturday? Do you see it? No, you don't see it. You do not see it at all.
Mm-hmm.
The word Shabbat is the statement, the word, the day of rest. The day of rest. It says the seventh day is a Shabbat. Mm-hmm. The seventh day is a day of rest of Yahuwah, your creator. Mm-hmm. That's all it says, people. Okay? Verse 11. Now we're going down there, verse 11. It says, 4 and 6 days, Yahuwah made the Shahamim, the earth, the sea, and all of that was in there. And he rested on, and he gets real specific here so nobody gets confused about every 7 days. He goes, he rested on the seventh day, the seventh day, the seventh day, the seventh day. Mm-hmm. He didn't rest on Saturday. Right. Saturday. Mm-hmm. He never rested on Saturday. Okay?
Just the seventh day.
He rested on the seventh day. The seventh day. So in order for him, come on, let me see. Now, I got to look at your face now. Okay. I got to look at your face. In order for him to rest on the Saturday, then Saturday would have to be a Hebrew word. Mm-hmm. In order for him to rest on Saturday, he had to have been talking Saturday language. He never brought it up. Because the word Saturday is not even known here. Mm-hmm. They don't even know what the hell Saturday means. Right. And if during this time, you went up to Moses and said Saturday, he was like, what the hell you talking? You don't even know what Saturday is. He's like, bro, what's that?
He probably look around.
Is that a stick? Is that an animal or something? He don't know. He clueless. All right, he clueless. Okay, so now we're kind of like, what I want to do is just open it up. It's not like you guys don't know this.
Right.
But I want you to stop and pause and let the light come on and let the Ruach speak to you. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at this word that is pronounced all over the world. And
the Shabbat.
Yeah, this word Shabbat. Mm-hmm. So now let's go into some facts. Okay. We've established one thing. We didn't see, would you guys agree? Did we see Saturday in there? I didn't see no Saturday. Am I changing anything? Mm-mm. So I'm just reading.
It don't even say Saturday in the King James book.
So. It don't even say Saturday in the King James, but it does say Shabbat.
It says Shabbat. So guess what that
So we got to figure out how in the heck did they come up with Saturday? Mm-hmm. Just Saturday by itself. I don't even want to talk about Shabbat right now. I just want to talk about Saturday. Can we talk about Saturday? Can we have a conversation about Saturday, everybody? Just Saturday. Let's not, like, this ain't even religion. Let's just talk about Saturday.
Okay, come on.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Screen number one. Make it large enough so they can see. Okay, screen number one. Let's take a look at this. Number one. All right. The English word Saturday can be traced back to the old English period. Mm-hmm. What period?
Not English.
English. Pre-1150. Mm-hmm. It comes from old English word, which literally means Saturn's day. This was a direct borrowing, partial loan translation of the Latin phrase, Dastan Saturday, named by the Romans after the god Saturn. Earliest known uses of English are generally dated around the 9th century in its Old English form. So Saturday was not known in the Hebrew language at all.
At all.
So that means that nobody, not even
Rome.
Yeah, nobody even knew about it until we get
here
Buckingham Palace involved. And voila, we have the god of Saturn, who is now known as Saturn's Day, and they couldn't pronounce Saturn's Day, so they said Saturday.
Because it was a Latin.
De Stern, you can see it there, phrase De Stern, which means Saturn's Day. The Rome, named by Rome after their god Saturn. So Saturday is Saturn's day in reference to a geodate.
And a planet that they named. It's a planet too.
The planet name. Okay.
Yeah, the planet Saturn.
All right. So let's go to the next reel. The next
two?
one, number 2. So I want you to follow along. Let's go a little. What makes this day important? Okay. Follow along. Saturn's day is important primarily. Why is it important, people? Because it is the day of the week named after the Roman god Saturn, who was associated. Listen to what it's associated with. Agriculture, wealth, time, and a periodic period of renewal. The day is significant, is rooted in the ancient Roman and other cultural traditions. The importance of Saturday, the importance of the day of the week, we know called Saturday or the day of Saturn. Des Saturneren in Latin. You see that? Des Saturneri. Saturneri. Stems from its connection to the planet and the god. Now, this word God here would be mighty one. Okay?
Yeah.
Thou shalt not have any other mighty ones before me. Isn't that the first commandment? Let me read it. All right. Let's
I'll go back.
Yeah, it's in okay, go to chapter. Go right. We're going to Exodus 20. Look at this. We'll just look. Okay? So right here in Exodus chapter 20,
Shoot. There we go.
here we go. Right there, I am YAHUAH, your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, and out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other mighty ones against my face. Okay, now, what does he mean against my face? So in other words, you're putting Saturday in his face, as if that's his day, behind this God. He's going to name his day of rest after this God.
That sounds horrible. It's just like, oh, but when you start listening to it, just
Yeah. So basically, the Jew, and it gets pretty bad. Watch this. The Jew, wait, I haven't got to Black's Law yet. I haven't got to Black's
we're
Law
on
yet.
screen too.
Yeah, we're on screen 2. Okay, yeah, look good.
Keep going.
All right, so let's keep on going because we got a couple screens to go through.
Wait,
okay.
no, screen 3.
No, yeah, we're still screen 2. It's okay.
Okay.
So naming all the days, and I didn't go any further than this because I don't think there was necessary to go further. Towards the end there, it says naming at the bottom, the day of the week. It is the origin of the name of the 7th day of the week in many languages, including English. Now they want to add that in there. Okay, so let's go to screen 3. Pay very close attention, ladies and gentlemen. The importance of Saturday's day. Another, I went and did another thing. Figure this one out. It says the importance of the day of the week. Now we're going to the day of the week. Pay attention to this. They're still saying we now call. Notice this. We now call. Not Yah.
Yeah, we. Talking about themselves.
No, they put y'all in their category now. So in other words, Webster's dictionary, since you are an American, they put you in the we category. So they put the importance of the day of the week, we now call Saturday. Yeah, I like this. Notice it's like we will build a tower. It's the same statement. Yeah, we now call Saturday. As if they made collectively this decision and you're in agreement with it. We now call. That's what they did. Yeah, we're going to build ourselves a tower. That's the same position. And everybody's tail that went up in there.
It's funny. Yeah, they just don't get it.
Yeah, we're going to build ourselves a tower.
They don't learn from their mistakes.
And there's the same statement. What we call Saturday now. So now the whole world agrees with it because remember, Caesar's system is set up on that system.
Yeah.
So now watch this. We call Saturday or the day of Saturn. They're telling you in your face that when you honor this is
Saturday.
This Saturday as the day of rest. This is what you're standing on. They put it right in your face. And they say it stems from its connection to the planet and the mighty one. We call this day after this mighty one.
Which is
We.
Saturn. Yeah.
We do this.
Right.
We do this. And every time you say that this Shabbat, now watch this, is Saturday, the day of rest is Saturday, is because you have decided to change the meaning to a mighty God, a mighty one. And because you change it to a mighty one, you are going against Yah instruction. You're no different than an Egyptian slave. That's who you are. You go against it. And you're over there going against it. The title there, subtitle says, name of the day of the week. Now watch how soft it starts getting. It says, it is the origin of the name for the seventh day of the week. So now, once you accept the demon or the mighty one, now notice how Lucifer softens it. He softens the rebellion, but it's still rebellion. And he says it's the name of the week of the seventh day of the week. In many languages, including English. Why did they put English there?
Because you know what they do.
Okay. The Romans practice of naming.
They practice. So practice means they
practice naming days to see which one would stick to the people. Naming the days after the 7 celestial bodies known at the time. The sun, the moon, the stars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. Okay. Now, how do we get to those? That goes back to Seth. That goes back to Seth. So because Seth was giving.
I know. I'm just saying they're thieves, not Seth.
Now, you wouldn't have known what he just said. There was 7 celestial bodies unless you know the Book of Jubilee, which deals with timetables that was given to Seth.
Yes.
Seth was the first one to learn how to write. You would learn that in the Book of Jubilees. And it tells you that that's the instruction Most High gave to him, the ability to write. And out of Seth, you get the tribe of Jacob.
But who's the thieves? Keep going.
Yeah. So that's where you get it from.
The Book of English.
The Book of English.
Including English.
Right? And so the sun, the moon, the stars, Mercury, and everything else came from Seth. Right. All right. So notice what they did after that word there. They adopted and adapted across various cultures. So basically, they took Saturn and made Saturn a god. They did that. Religious and cultural significance now. In ancient Rome, why does it keep going back to Rome? Because Saturn was a major god to Rome. They just made it up, y'all.
I think it's funny.
In his most famous festival, Saturnalia. This is what they did in Rome.
I'm trying to keep a cool head. Okay.
Watch this. Was a week-long celebration in December. Well, what does that connect to?
Come on, honey.
Saturnalia is December 25th. That is the week-long celebration that ends up being what you guys call Christmas.
Which again
It's the day of Saturn. Saturnalia is December 25th.
which is our English and Rome thing.
Basically saying Satan's day. Hello.
It no matter how much you study this,
Saturnalia is December 25th, Satan's day, which is they worship there. That's why it says was a week-long celebration in December that involved feasting, gift giving.
Sounds so right.
Where did that come from? And temporary reversal of social roles, including mastering. Watch this. Masters serving slaves.
Ooh, they switched roles, y'all, for that day.
So the slaves
Get out of here.
got to feel important
I can't with
on Christmas Day, which is Saturnalia,
Oh my goodness.
Satan's day. Saturday. How y'all doing on there?
Come on, give
right.
us some hearts.
Okay, so let's pause there. We're gonna talk for a second. Okay,
Give us some hearts and stuff out there.
We're gonna pause right there. Let us take a break.
Okay.
Can we take a break real quick? And but
Do you want a break?
no, I don't know. I think they need to. They need a break. They don't need a break.
No, let's just go through.
They don't need a break. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's so good. I did sometimes we
all
just
right.
can't break.
So here we go now.
If y'all got questions, put them in. We'll
Put
get
your questions in
yeah.
there. Okay. I'm about to crack you. We ain't got to the crack yet.
Yeah, we ain't got to the crack yet, so we don't even want to take a break because we need to just go
Now,
ahead.
let's take a look at this Saturn god.
Oh gosh.
Because Satan comes in many shapes and forms, and figures. Right? Is that my granddaughter?
Mm-hmm.
Give me this granddaughter.
Wait, I don't know what you're doing.
What's she doing?
She that.
That's okay.
See.
Y'all, wait a minute, just a minute. Hey, look what y'all. Your baby pictures. Okay, but Papa's busy right now. I'm doing the broadcast. Look, I'm doing the broadcast. See all the people. They watching you. Say hi to the people. Say Yahuwah. All right, okay. All right, we'll call you back. Mama's gonna call you back. Here.
Bring you your what now? Okay, Grandma call you back.
She said bring the
Oh,
pictures.
you're in Mommy's desk.
We're gonna bring the pictures.
They're in your mommy's desk. They're in your mommy's desk. Uh-huh. Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, so now are y'all flowing with me? Okay, so
Sorry about that.
now you get that? You get that where we at?
Yep.
Okay. So Saturn's day,
They have an image now.
they have an image. And so because you gotta realize with Rome, they have to, in order to, you can't just have like Saturn, they gotta have some type of god, a deity to worship. Give it to the people.
Come on.
That's what Rome did. You know, if there's a deity, what does it look like? What does it look like? What is that? What are they going to
They
worship?
got to see to touch it.
They got to see and touch it, and then we build it and we own it.
Yes,
And then we control the people, the slaves. We give them a deity, and then we point them to Saturn, and then we can praise Baal and give worship, and he will give us many gifts, keep us in power as we worship Lucifer.
That's exactly what it says, because it's a day that they're going to have a feast.
Feast, yeah.
And the masters would just give the slaves one day to feel like they free.
Feel like they're free. That's all on that day. And what is that? And that's the duplication of
Yeah.
December 25th.
Think
Yeah.
about that though.
Yeah.
December,
Make
they
you
celebrate.
make you feel free. You know, they don't even arrest you on that day. There ain't no cops out there trying to arrest you on Thanksgiving. I mean, on they're not looking. The only thing they do is look for accidents and just make people slow down. You know, you can hear all the cops tell you, well, people, if they're speeding, if they're drunk, then they say something. But they're speeding, trying to get somewhere, you know, they just tell them to slow down, and they don't give tickets on that day. You hear it all around the country. Well, we don't really give tickets on that day unless the guy's really drunk and they pull him off the street for safety reasons. But anything else, they ain't doing nothing. They ain't even, nobody, why is it that nobody really steals on that day? And then those that do steal are stealing for food. But nobody's really planning anything significant on Christmas Day. Not even the Jew, not even the Muslim, not even any other religion. And it's on that day alone that Satan controls his batch of children and makes them do what they do. Okay? So that was that. Now, let's add
The image?
the image of that beast.
Where's that?
Let me show you a couple of these. You pick one, not the kid one.
I know. So what do you want to start with? This one? Since you was talking about it?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's look at this guy. All right, here we go. Have you ever heard of the term the Green Reaper? Remember that?
That came out of England.
It came out of England. The Green Reaper is your famous guy, Saturn. This is him.
The Reaper.
This is your Reaper. Well, the kid's called the Green Reaper, and you saw him with
Still in stuff, wasn't he?
yeah, you saw him on cartoons and everything
He
like
was
that.
just a bad guy, which
This
he
is
is.
bad guy.
He
This
is.
is Saturn. This is what he looks like. This is the image of Saturn, the guy that they call in their religion Saturday. This is him. Check the dude out. So what they did in Rome was they put this guy next to the planet that Yah hung.
Yep. Ain't that crazy?
And
They claim everything.
they worship this guy as the deity. And he says, and what did Yahuwah say in his word? Thou shalt have no other what?
Mighty ones.
And put him before what? My face.
Oh, that's.
So they stuck this guy in front of what he created.
Come on, they sure did.
Shoved it in his face, then turned around and told
His people.
his people to worship on Saturn Day, which they gave this guy right here, this image. This guy, whoever this guy was, they painted this guy. But they gave him many shapes and forms. Look at the next one. Now, why this
Chariot. Looking.
chariot? Because
And look, is that a dragon?
yeah, Yah comes on a chariot, and so now he's mocking Yah on a chariot because that's the way he's coming back. Is what instead of a horse, he's coming on a dragon,
Come on.
and
now.
he's the Green Reaper, and this dude is some Roman guy
Acting
what?
out of
Gay,
Yeah, I was
and fruitcake, and then notice what's below his left elbow is like supposedly the North Star. He's the star,
Okay.
These are. This is so filled with
mockery.
mockery, you guys. And as if he had this thing, he's going to cut your head off, but it's also like the shepherd's staff. Except he's the reaper, and he controls. He's gonna kill people, and he's standing before the planet Saturn that Yah told Seth to write about. Rome comes by and picks out, and he's riding on a gold chariot, and the gold represents like the gold and silver is mine, and then the crimson blooded robe represents the blood of Yahuwah or Yah's blood.
Please. And what?
Please.
And a fake shepherd's hook type of thing.
Yeah, fake. That's what I mean. The shepherd's staff.
Staff,
It's you have the staff that he has.
It has a knife or something.
That has a thing that chops the head off. Instead of the real staff. And see, all of this is just total, blatant mockery. But again, that's what they worship.
Oh my goodness! And the things he's holding are actual chains.
Yeah, chains.
Chains.
And that's the serpent, the whore, and not this one's not the whore. This one's the dragon.
Dragon. Yeah.
This is the dragon. Well, let's see what is the focus. The focus.
Here we go.
Of Saturn. Oh, there is another picture. That's the focus of him. The focus for worshiping Saturday, or Saturn, or even Christmas, for that matter, Saturnary, is that you have to remember that this entity wants your children. He will eat their flesh. Now, where have we seen that at? Book of Revelation. The book of Revelation, yeah, you take it off. The book of Revelation talks about how it talks about the locusts. It talks about the scorpions. Remember what a scorpion does? If you guys are just watching this, for the first time again, the scorpion, how does the scorpion eat its prey? It takes the acid from the stomach and it spews the poison out, right, to devour them, right? And so what Saturday does, or Saturn, or the worshiping of another mighty one, is that he's after your children's children, to make them bow down, and he eats their flesh. He consumes them. guess you want to know what it. Guess you want to find out about the Shabbat, right? Are y'all still there? You ready? Keep going. Yep. Screen 4. Let's keep going. Check this out. And we're going to bring these to you. These are all facts, not made up by me, but this is what it says. All right, he's going a little further, a little bit deeper. The name Saturday comes from the ancient Roman practice naming the days of the week. So now they're going to the days of the week because that's where I wanted to go in my research. The days of the week, because now it's going to soften a little bit. The Roman practicing naming the days of the week after the 7th known planetary body. Saturday is named after the planet Saturn. Oh, now it made it softer. When the 7th day week became standardized in the Roman Empire, not the Basora.
Right.
In the Roman Empire.
Where say it again?
In the Roman Empire became standardized officially by Constantine in 321. Because we know in 329 he introduced the J.
Come on with it.
He introduced the J in 329. But so here he is, 300 years after Yahuwah. He's going at it, man.
He's going at it.
He like, we got to get it there because for that doggone Shabbat, I'm going to tell you what that means in a moment. That Shabbat is still messing us up. We got to get them to do something else. We got to get the whole world to go with this word Saturn's Day. We got to take the planets and make them worship and come up with another name. And that other name we're going to do is Saturday. And if we can do Saturday and they worship Saturday, then that will be the ticket. And who will designate this? Now watch what they do. Listen to this. By the Emperor Constantine in 321, who designated, watch this, this guy, and this is where Christians allow the maps and like everybody's blaming everybody, and they did it because remember, out of chaos comes order. So everybody's being ridiculed for doing something on a certain day. It's all bull. You don't have to worry about the day. That's not even, you don't even got to worry about the calendar. You don't have to worry about it at all. Watch this. Now pay attention because I'm going to come back in and deal with the calendar. Hold on. So it says, who designated Sunday as the first day.
Wait, we got to slow this
down. They designated it. They designated it.
As the first day.
In reality, it doesn't matter what they designate, okay? So it doesn't get you off of
the seventh
day. So it doesn't matter if they designated a title for the first day. It don't matter if they said Wednesday was the first day. It doesn't matter for you.
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to deal with that.
It's so good.
And it says, so the day associated... Okay, so wait, let's back up. So who designated Sunday as the first day? The day associated with Saturn was already established as the 7th day of the Jewish week. Who the hell told him that? Let's continue. Thus solidifying the association of Saturday with the 7th day. They solidified that.
They did it. It was always they.
It was always they. and then they turn around and say, we.
Yeah.
Right? And then how does that impact you when they say we? Is when you obey it. And you take it in and you adopt it. And Satan knew that. Now, watch how soft it keeps getting. At the end, the term 7th day has also... Now, the word also is a very key word. That means everything you just heard. Everything in connection to that.
That's right. Also.
Everything in that.
Means included.
Is included. Also, been explicitly incorporated. That means threaded in. Into the names of certain modern Christian denominations. It's been threaded.
It's been threaded. It's right there.
7th Day Adventists. Now watch this. When did they jump on board? They got this marvelous idea in 1860. We call ourselves the 7th-day dinner. We'll get that money. We get everybody trying to do that 7th day. Gonna be on Saturday. We established it in the 1860s and says to highlight their specific adherence to observing, watch this, the Shabbat on Saturday, the biblical 7th day.
Now it's
How can it have been the biblical 7th day? Now they good at it, so they didn't brought it down because we did it. Now they incorporated it, so now
it's biblical.
It's biblical. It's more like BS, right? But it's biblical. So this is how we got it, y'all.
Oh man!
All right.
Yeah.
You see that? Y'all got that? Now we're gonna get to and summarize this in a minute. But now what we're seeing here is how the path of how it went from, you take it off the screen, how the path of the word Shabbat is now got incorporated through this process to bring us to the point that now it is associated with the 7th day, based on the calendar that Rome said was whatever. And let's still don't worry about it because we're in this world but not of this world. Monday's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Right? So, but here's what they did. Through all of that, since 321, and you got the dates and the timetables, that they were in it to make sure that the statement day of rest never really was the focus. What became the center vocal point was what they did with the word Shabbat. This is gonna get good. Oh, I got you now.
It's gonna get good.
So here it is now that the word Shabbat is this key word. And it's kind of like this word Shabbat.
Because it became biblical, you remember?
Because it became biblical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now they got to use the word, they're going to put the Shabbat in.
They're going to put the Shabbat in. So now let's see how they put the Shabbat in. Because you got to be really good with this word. Because it's hard to do a translation on it. But they did translate it
To
their meaning. But it's still almost spelled the same. They did really good. I'm telling you, did way better than they did with this JC word.
Yeah, that one.
JC just completely was a change, not a translation. But they translated this Shabbat word. We're going to look at it in just a moment. But the root behind the translation is diabolical. Golly, boy. Woo, woo, woo. And the translation is described by Black's law. And we're going to get into that. So when you go to Black's law, it's fine. It's final.
Okay.
Black's law upholds it all. So let's look at slide 5. Understand this. The word Shabbat, keep that in mind, all right, is a definitive and chronological term for what? The day of rest in Hebrew. Appearing in the earliest biblical texts that established the institution. However, the related verb form, now this is the real word, is Shabbat. You see the word there?
Yeah, Shabbat.
Shabbat.
V-A-T.
V-A-T.
Yeah,
now they could have just left it as Shabbat.
Not no bat.
So, but why did they put the bot there?
Yeah.
That is the golden secret.
Is this what we're supposed to write down? This is the Black law part, right?
All right. So
Shabbat.
now notice what Shabbat means, meaning cease or he rested. Do you see Saturday there?
No, we
No.
don't see Saturday.
You don't see Saturday there.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it says, it appears even earlier in the narrative, describing, remember, they're still lying here
Yeah, they're lying.
because of this word gods,
Right.
right? So whenever you see that pop in there,
The mighty ones.
they lied,
Right.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
So describing the mighty gods or the mighty's action on the seventh day, trying to discredit him again. This is the verb used. The verb meaning the action he took. So they tell you in your face, it says Shabbat, not Shabbat. It's Shabbat
Shabbat
with the V.
with the V. Shabbat.
The creation story, Genesis 2:2, and on the seventh day he rested. Vinya Shabbat. From, now, the word, the first one, Vinya with the B-O-T, is Latin. Remember in that B-O part, okay?
Yeah, the B-O.
That B-O part. Because for some reason they just had to do that. Versus, no, it says from the root Shabbat. It tells you where it came from. So originally Shabbat was not there. It was Shabbat, which they didn't have to change. But transliteration means it sounds the same. It's like Kim, K-I-M, Kim, K-Y-M. You see what I mean? K-E-M, Kim. Those are transliterations.
Yeah, because it has the same.
It has the same sound but a different meaning. Like you say, where and where. You know, there's
Two different things.
Two different things.
You wearing something and
Or
where you
at.
going.
Yeah. Right? So, but they took this Vanya is Shabbat, which you can tell is German.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right? That German or that Latin, and they took it from the root word Shabbat. From all his work which he had done. So we don't see anything about Saturday in here. We just see seventh day. Now, notice what they did. The noun. Wait a minute.
Now we into a noun.
We went from a verb to a noun.
They just flipping all over the place.
Right? So the noun form, Shabbat, the day itself. Okay? First explicitly appears later in the book of Exodus. That's a lie.
That is a lie.
Now, why, but watch this. Why does it appear in Exodus?
Come on.
You know? Why didn't it appear first in Genesis?
Right.
Because the, what are these people called? These doggone. There's another word for these Jewish people. I can't see. These Ashkenazis.
Canaanites.
Canaanite, Ashkenazi, aesthetic Jews, whatever they call themselves. These jokers, intently, what they're putting in your face, they went straight to Yah's commandments and removed it. They picked Exodus versus it was done in Genesis. But they picked Exodus because that was the law. That's where they first started it at. That's where they first dealt with it at. And they said during the narrative right there of the manna in the wilderness. Other related words is the term meaning Shabbaton. Boy, we're starting to sound like doggone Satan almost. Huh?
Oh, man.
It's almost like we're getting to the name Satan. Shaitan. Satan is the word we say, but Shaitan,
Yeah.
Shaitan, we're starting to get over there.
Same sound.
Even though they know it means to rest. Now, let's stop here. So now we're seeing this word and now I couldn't, the book was too big, but I want to have you guys, I can't put it on the screen.
But we could write and we could hear.
So before I give you the term, I want you to understand that in Black's law, the word Shabbat is associated and broken down because of the Roman Empire in 3 categories. It belongs to the Muslims for Friday. It belongs to the Jews on Saturday. And it belongs to the Christians on Sunday. And in Black's law, according to how Rome did it, all those 3 days are the days that each one of those groups worship is their Shabbat that they are part of.
Okay. Muslims did it for when?
Muslims did it on Friday.
Jewish did it on Saturday, and then
Christians did it on Sunday. Like you had to be in church on Sunday. Yeah. That was, but what they don't realize that the Pope made that a law.
Yeah. Because again, we.
Yeah, they did the wheat thing.
They did the wheat thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And since we did the wheat thing, we did now biblical.
Yeah. Now you got to come to the building.
Yeah. Now we put in our biblical Bible.
Yeah. The moment you go to the building, the day you go to that building, you are honoring Romans law. Romans law. And do you know, and with this Shabbat law, they have a term that Rome did in Black's law book that says that the Sabbath falls under the blue law. These jokers are horrible. They're horrible. And the blue law was established in 1762. Write this down, y'all.
So
the blue law.
The blue law. Wait, you said the black. Go back to the black thing, please.
In the Black's Law handbook, the blue law was established in 1762 that basically said if you went to, like, if you were in the United States or in England or in any part of the world, because you took the position of a Muslim or a Catholic, if you will, or a Jew. You gotta listen to this, babe. If you took a position of any one of those positions in 1762, according to Black's law, if you took one of those 3 positions, a Catholic, a Muslim, a Christian, or whatever, and somebody wanted you to work remember, your Muslim is Friday, your Jew is Saturday, your Christian is Sunday. It passed through the Constitution because of the Roman Empire in the United States that said if you were told to work on your day of Sabbath, you could literally still get paid and they legally could not make you work. But you would have to honor what the Pope put in writing as we.
That's why. Now let's get back.
So they could say we.
Right. So it makes sense now when they say you need to get it from your religious leader on why you can't take the shot.
Why you can't take the shot?
You got to get that in writing, and then you got to give it to us because it's based on the constitutional law.
It's a constitutional law,
but they don't tell you.
They don't tell you that. So it's in the Constitution that if, as a Christian, if you want to claim that, you can really bring up Black's law, and in the Constitution, it tells them they got to pay you for Sunday if you want to hold to your worshiping.
Yeah.
Do I need did I need to show you the image again? You got to give that. You got to give that guy. You know, that's who you got. That's who you got to say you worship. That guy is the Muslims' day of worship. Their Friday, that's who they worship. Because they all like claim on that calendar. When they look at every calendar, because we don't know if today is Sunday. We don't know if today's 3. There's no indication. But Every religion that says every Friday we got to do this according to that calendar. Every Saturday we got to do this according to that calendar. Every Sunday we got to do that according to that calendar. Right? If they name their day of rest on those days, they are entitled by the Constitution that they don't have to work and they can still get paid by their employer, and their employer has to obey that constitutional law. It's under the blue law book.
According to the structure of the black law.
Black law. Now, black law
overrides
everybody.
Yeah, it's just this, yeah.
Now, let me go further. Now, hold on. Put your britches on for this. I'm going to say this real quick and I'm going to laugh. I just got to laugh. I got to laugh. And I say this to get right down to this point right here. This is the hammer in the coffin. Mm-hmm. Let me take a drink. Woo! This devil boy. Sabbath, according to Black's law, when you look at the Sabbath day law, you go into the blue law. But the sabbatical, the Sabbath law, the root word is sabotage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So when they say Sabbath,
is they sabotaging you? They literally sabotaging. They telling you in your
they
face.
sabotage.
We sabotaging your butt, and you don't even know it.
Know it.
Boy, that make you went. Boy.
That's exactly what they're saying. So the word, instead of saying the Shabbat, they say Sabbath.
Yeah.
What they're saying is we sabotaged you.
Yeah. And we're gonna keep sabotaging.
And so everybody that
we're thieves.
that the Roman emperors,
yeah,
they knew that Sabbath was sabotage.
Yeah. Ooh.
And so when you lay claim, we remember the we thing.
Yeah, the we thing.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then you do it your image, the guy you worship. When you do that on Christmas, you do the Christmas thing, what's happening is that you are allowing Satan to sabotage you.
Free will. He got you right in free will.
Because you want to be sabotaged. Yeah. It's sabotage. The word the way they got it written, it falls in a legal category in Black's law. It's under the blue law, which is the Sabbath law, the root word, sabotage.
Not Shabbat.
Not Shabbat. Shabbat is a day of rest.
Sabbath.
Let's go back to that screen 5.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah.
We can look at the bottom of that. Remember at the bottom it says a noun form. Shabbat.
Yeah. Shabbat.
Yeah.
Shabbat.
Okay. You got that? And then so when you have that, it tells you, ladies. Wait, put that screen back up. I want you to remember. Okay, so let's start right there. Let's go to the top again. I'm gonna read this. Okay, let us sit there. And it says, the second sentence in there, it says, however, a related verbal, right? Shabbat, see that there? Meaning he ceased, he rested. Beautiful. But then it starts coming corruption. It says, and appear even early in the narrative describing whatever action for that. But notice what it says, and this is the verb. They knew it was Shabbat.
They knew it.
Shabbat.
And they even gave you the verse
Shabbat.
and where it was placed at in the first place.
Yeah, but then when they gave you the verse and it said, and on the seventh day he rested. Then they turn around and put this word here, this German word, Vayishubat, the B.
Yeah, with the
Remember
B.
I told you, the B-O-T?
Yeah, the B-O-T, the bot.
The bot.
Remember they got bots that go through the
Why do you think they call it? It's sabotaging.
Yeah, that's
what a bot is.
Yeah, that's what it is, a bot. But Alvin's my mouth.
They put it right before you. That's what a bot is. Okay? from the root, Shabbat. So they pull it from there, right? Then they take it and put it in a noun form. And that's why you have Shabbat. That one.
Right. The day itself. So they're saying that's the day that we're going to keep sabotaging you all day.
The day itself.
The day itself.
Not the day of rest.
Not the day of rest.
The day itself.
The day itself.
There you go.
Yes.
So the day itself is the day that you
are going to be sabotaged.
is sabotage.
Yeah,
So you ain't getting no damn breakthrough.
No, nothing happened on.
Nothing happened for anybody that is in those categories.
So he just mocking you over and over. He literally gets you in a position on that day to think anything gonna happen.
Because you got weak. Because you get your breakthrough and then boom, it's gone. And he'll show you something, but remember everything is about him sabotaging you.
Right.
So you got to get something for him to sabotage.
Yes, right. Yeah, he gonna give it to you, then take it from you, then torment you,
and torment you.
Yeah, that's all he got. All he could do. That's all. He got only 3 things to offer, and he mastered on how to offer those 3. He mastered how to offer those 3.
And that is coming from Black's Law. Black's Law tell you that the Sabbath law, it goes into the word. It's sabotage.
Yeah. Now the Black's Law, this is what they use in law school is.
Yeah.
This is what they teach you out of. This is what they use. This is a book that you go to as an attorney and look for where to go when you go into that Constitution or when to go find
statutory laws
and laws and constitutional laws, right? So when they doing all the verbiage and the codes and the CC2R, BBBBB, it's all based out of that black book. But we don't
Black's
know.
Law.
Yeah, most don't know that.
So, but right now today, if your employer, if you're Muslim,
that's why they get it. That's why they don't.
And
have
a Muslim don't got to go to work. They pull that Black's Law on you. The Constitution supports him, and they got to pay him.
That's right.
And if they fire him based on that law that he's claiming,
they will get paid.
They can almost lose their whole company. But what happens is that people don't know about it, so they soften that.
They don't talk about
it. But Black's Law has it in there. Because everything, all those other words support that. That's where that sabotage word comes in.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna go. I need to. Okay, we're gonna right there. We're gonna put a stamp on that. Now, the real day of rest is not based on any calendar that you can read. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
This is why it didn't matter. Don't matter if they say Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, because the 7th day is not based on the planet, on all the planets, how the planets start the beginning of any week. The week is established based on the moon and sundown or sun up.
Which was told and instructed.
So 40 days is the cycle of the moon. So we flip it. Kim and I have flipped it. We follow the cycle of the moon and first, and then the cycle of Caesar. We know Caesar will give us 29, but that's not our focus. The focus is the moons and the sunset. So we look up, follow the sunset, follow evening to evening. Okay. Now let's look at that. There's a scripture in there. We put evening to evening. Last week.
I don't know which one it is.
It was just there's one scripture.
Was it one scripture?
Let me see. From evening to evening was the nope, not that one. Keep going. It's just white. It's longer. There it is, right there.
No, there's all of them.
No, right there in the middle.
No, that's a date.
Okay, keep going up. No, it's not that one. Keep going.
Let's go across. Look at that.
40 days.
I'm just
okay. That was a good one. Yeah, and 40 days. Okay, keep going. No, it's a white one.
A white one. I don't have it. No, I don't. It's all. This is everything I have.
There won't be a dark screen. Oh, okay.
I don't have it.
So
send it to me.
Because
I don't have what you sent me.
Okay, hold on.
That's how much studying we do. We be thinking we send each other stuff and we don't.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's good. We was laughing. So what y'all think so far? Come on, put it in the comments if you have any questions, because this is really good. Oh,
What are
man.
you guys getting out of that? I think is that it?
That's It don't matter how many times I read it, it don't matter how many times I see it, it's still.
I can't find it. I lost it too.
It make me want to say some words.
Yeah.
Now I see, when David said, "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine running his daggone mouth?" you just like, gonna tell me how to operate.
Yeah. So what you have is
I can check mine.
no, I don't need it right now.
Okay.
So what you have is I want people to hold on to. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, and I believe it's in. Gosh, I can't remember. Is it Leviticus? It's Leviticus. Now you got me want to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I want you guys to see it. Evening. Here it goes.
Send it to me now.
Hold on. Leviticus 23:32.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
wait, you know what? I'll give you this. Hey, hold on. Let me get that.
Yeah, just send it. It's
Okay.
faster.
Okay, hold on. Let me do that. Okay. So, yeah, you can see it this way a lot better. Okay, so Kim's going to put that up.
Okay.
I want you guys to see this. See with your own eyes, because that's where the truth is going to be in your eyes. Now, what you've experienced today was research. Okay? You go to the scripture, your father's letter, when you open it up, okay? Mm-hmm. When you open it up, a chapter, what you're looking for is what YAHUAH said and what Yahusha confirms. Mm-hmm. You're not looking at what anybody else said, because everybody else don't have no opinion. And you got to see it that way, but you don't got to see it that way. Everybody else's opinion confirms what the Father said to the Son. Remember, it's always the Father first. It's not the Son first. It's the Father first. Whatever the Father said, the Son confirmed. Okay? And between those two, everything's established. Nothing's established because of some prophet or some preacher or whatever. That becomes confirmation, and that's it. It confirms. Like today, you should know them by their fruit. That confirms. But the rule to live in this earth realm is based on his name, his day of rest, and if you meditate on those two things, you'll do all the rest. And that's the easiest thing to do. Everything else comes right into play. I had somebody, one of the kings asked me, so how do I honor the Most High? How do I tithe? How do I give? I mean, what do I do? And I explain it like the scriptures does it. When they were talking about the tithe, it was the food, it was the agriculture. He never asked the request the tithe of the gold and silver. What he asked for was to do it freely. So when people did it freely, because they felt that they were touched, then they came in and did that. What happened was that the priest was just gobbling up and using it on their own lustful ways, if you will. But Yah said, okay, if that's my servant and he's giving you that word, then you did that. It would be like doing it unto me. And that's how they did that. King David was the type where he did his in transactions.
Well, you can go further back. You do Abraham.
Yeah.
And when Abraham and Melchizedek. So it's at the timing and understand. You got to understand how to hear and how to honor. Because of course you're not gonna go get rice and give it to someone, Yeah. So the times changed, but you still where we messed up at as a people is
Blind, that's where it's
yeah,
blind,
yeah.
you know?
Where we messed up as a people and our eyes being not open is that we begin to make it a ritual and not a hearing and understanding. So
A ritual is what it was.
Yeah, and we would just do it based on thinking we're going to get something out of it, instead of doing it based on what it represented.
And you get into the ritual because of every week. That every week, instead of understanding that 40-day cycle, 40 days and 49, if you understand a 40-day cycle, you could harvest in between each one of those cycles. That's the cycle of YAH. That's why one of the books, Jubilee, was taken out, because to stop you from understanding the cycle and the return and all this thing. The cycles of YAH are in the book of Jubilees. But if you don't know how to read it, then it's not good to go there and read it with what your understanding is today. So, but and you can lack that. But the timing and the way to honor YAHUAH based on your giving and receiving, it did include the gold and silver. But that's what I was going to explain to you about King David. King David felt like he couldn't give enough. He said, here, out of my own. Yeah, I see all what y'all doing. What's up? I'm going to do my own. And so that's why he had to do that temple the way he did, because he felt that he didn't even put enough into that. And every time he did more, more came. And then Solomon had the same thing. They had a more, the more wasn't the issue.
Right.
That wasn't the
no, their issue. The more wasn't the issue. It was the issue was with David even though he had a clean hand, pure, his issue was maintaining and flowing. He always he had y'all, but he always do things wrong. So he would step out, and then when he comes back, he feels guilt. And my daughter, when they were young, they call it guilt money. So when he felt he couldn't give all what he could, because he would dance and he would do everything, and then don't let him like when the worst time to mess with David is when he fell with Bathsheba, and y'all gave him back that anointing. Yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine that war. I mean, that next battle he had, them jokers was in trouble.
It was in trouble.
The first guy he hit, because he felt that anointing back on him, I guarantee you that he took his head off. It was easy for David to be in that place like that. And it's also, if you, as an individual, understand that, then today it's digital, we do it, but it doesn't, it's the same heartfelt
and reverence that you
put towards it. And your tithe offering, whatever you're doing, you have to do that. And you don't have to feel forced. That's the good thing about it. So, but it connects to the cycle of YAHUAH. Now, this is where all these screens, as we were showing you, it's all about Lucifer. Remember, he's a master at certain things. He steals the identity, then he steals the day. If he can do those two things, he don't have to do 15 things. He gives you 15 other things. But if he can keep your mind away from Yah's day of rest and his name, he can get anything else.
His day of rest and his feast. What we have to understand is those times that they were giving were on those times of feast, because they stored up throughout the months. And so when they would come together, they will bring what they have harvested, or what they have at the time of the feast. They would bring it and present it. And that's but today is every Sunday, every Saturday, every Friday, whatever those days.
And that's where they got the do not forsake the assembly of yourselves coming together, as some do, right? And so it wasn't every week. Because in that chapter 10 of Romans, if you go all the way back up, it's referring to do not forsake this part. The harvest part, the festival part.
It was all in there.
Like everybody else did. And so you can't cut it permanently out of your life. And that's what that was talking about.
Because again, the setup is to sabotage.
Sabotage. That's it.
So
So let's look at this scripture here.
There we
This
go.
is the one that you can see here in Leviticus 23:32. It says, "And it shall be unto you." Now remember, that's the word. Remember,
Shabbat.
Shabbat. And it shall be unto you a day of rest, not Saturday. They made this word Saturday. That's a lie. Now that you know. So it shall be unto you a day of rest, and you shall afflict your soul. It doesn't. I don't think it says afflict there, because remember how he talked about it in. Where did you guys get that? Remember Isaiah 58. So what does he mean by afflict? Take away your personal desires. Take away the things you want to do on your own. That's the word afflict there. Not beat yourself with like steels. You know how they, the Hindus were beating themselves with spikes and stuff. Okay, he goes, and then he tells you, and it says, in the 9th day of the month at evening. Watch this. Now notice this one. He says, the 9th day of the month at evening. Then he goes, from evening to evening shall be your celebration. You celebrate your Sabbath.
You shall.
Right? Right? And so we have it here. It says, in the 9th day of the month at evening, from the evening to evening shall be, you celebrate your day of rest. So, you know, you got to understand that, you got to understand that the cycle of YAHUAH is 40 days. The 40 days is a cycle. Okay? And you'll see that throughout the year. And it hits all the seasons. And then right around at the end of that cycle, right before the 7th day, the full moon will appear. And it'll be from evening to evening, which is 6 to 6. Or 5:30 p.m., whatever. Okay, or 7 p.m., whatever. And then the next full day. So like for tomorrow, right, what's tomorrow?
Oh, the 13th.
Tomorrow's the 13th. But even though we start on tomorrow, but we start at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Evening. Because you keep saying tomorrow and it's not right.
Right.
Tomorrow
Sundown
Yeah.
is the 14th. Tomorrow. So if you can't yet make your schedule that way, the next one
you now know. So you can make provision.
So you can make provision next time. So when we start looking now, again, we cannot go off of what we find on the internet. We literally had to go outside and count because they post it wrong every single time. Every time they say about the full moon, it's a lie. It's wrong. It's off. So we have to do it on our own looking, because when everybody in the world, news broadcasters, Channel 7, everybody, including AI, will tell you a wrong day intentionally, but you're not thinking, go look outside for myself.
Right.
Because they'll tell you a day before, a day after it was a full moon. They lie to you because then they inundate you with junk on TV. Like tomorrow is Columbus Day. Think about that. Why does the Jew dude Columbus get a day? Because they know that tomorrow is the day of rest, so they want to give you another day, and then they take a break from their banks. Isn't that something? How did that happen? You think that wasn't planned? It's planned that way. They got it planned out where every day of rest
is sabotage.
It will be sabotaged, is the word.
Yes.
And the next one, every like the one before this, they threw out the blood moon. When the day of rest before this one, they threw out the blood moon on people. This one they threw out Columbus Day. They got one for the next one too. And that's how they would do it. They would sabotage it. That's why they mock it Sabbath. It's meaning, that instead of Shabbat.
Meaning sabotage. They're making you confess sabotage on yourself.
Yeah. Sabotage day. Sabotage day.
Oh, I can't stand it. Oh, ooh.
I can't stand them jokers, man. And so that's how he's doing it. So tomorrow, PM, now what do we do?
Evening.
Evening, right? At sundown, I basically shut off my phone, period. My business phone will not come back on. Now, because if I leave it on,
it will ring and ring. And ring.
some of the greatest things will happen.
Right.
That I know I'd be like, I gotta do this.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the sabotage part. That's the part of sabotaging.
Yeah,
They distract you and thinking, "Oh, is this gonna be good?" Then it gets you out of
and
of the will of the Father, and now you in your self pleasure.
I'm in my self pleasure, like it just talks about it in Isaiah. Mm-hmm. So, but I shut it off, and I don't care what happens. I ain't answering that phone. I'm not even scared. I just ain't gonna do it. Because what happens is the 40 days, right?
Yes.
That I've been in. Mm-hmm. I've been working inside of my 40 days. Now, the 40th day, that's on that day, now I give that day a rest to think about YAHUAH. What am I doing? I'm nurturing that last 40 days. And all the answers and anything that's blocking anything, if there is, I give him that day. And at the end of that day of rest, every single answer comes. Mm-hmm. Every single breakthrough comes. Because why? The 40-day cycle produces the harvest. Mm-hmm. The harvest comes after the seventh day. Mm-hmm. That's when he breathes on it. Now, how do we know that? We can see that on the 6th day, 7th day, he rested. Mm-hmm. And on the 8th day, he brings forth Eve. He gives birth. Right after that 7th day. This is so powerful. And so Satan don't want this out. Mm-hmm. Because the children of YAHUAH that get it can't be controlled by the system.
Right.
The religious system can't control you. The legal system can't control you, because you give unto Caesar what belongs to him. That's fine. Let him have it. As long as you got your day in his name, and you understand the festivals, you good. You don't need to do anything. It's easy that what he did for us. Mm-hmm. It's complicated for what the religious people do. Religious people want to text you all day. Where you been? How come you ain't been in this building? Come over here and get sabotaged.
Because I'm lonely.
I'm lonely. I need
myself getting sabotaged.
I'm lonely. I'm like,
I ain't been in your business.
Come over here and get sabotaged with me. I need you to get sabotaged with me. Can you come over? Can I meet you at the sabotage place? Yeah. Where you guys go? I go to the United Baptist Sabotage. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where you going this Sunday? Sabotage. You know what? I gotta go to midweek sabotage. Then I gotta get sabotaged again on Sunday. I just need to keep getting sabotaged. Yeah. Do you hear that sabotage message? That sabotage message. Ooh, that sabotage choir. Woo! Did you hear the sound on that sabotage message? It's all, man, I'm telling you, he was sabotaging today. Man, that woman got hit with the sabotage anointing. Woo! She was slain in the sabotage. That's crazy. So, all right. So I think, is there anything that you guys learned today before we close out?
They're behind.
How many minutes are they behind? Like 2 minutes? Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, no,
so
it seemed like it.
But if, yeah. So I'm going back and I'm looking at some of you guys' comments. Hold on just a second. Wow. Okay, so they're learning, eye-opening. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I can tell y'all, man. Yep, I can see that. Okay, I'm looking at all you guys' comments right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's how they do you. That's how they did everybody. The innocent. We were all innocent. Mm-hmm. You gotta keep that in mind. But we're not. Free. We're free from that. Mm-hmm. And especially about listening to, instead of trying to look at the calendar today, we go off of sundown, and we will know by, partially 90% by what they tell us, but then we have to research what they tell us, and we have to go outside and look at the moon ourselves.
Yeah,
you want to talk about that?
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about back then, where some they called big mamas, grandmas, and they knew when the season was coming based on looking at the sky, and that's when they knew, okay, the season is changing. They would always make preparation because they had to till the ground, so they knew the seasons when it was coming based on looking at the actual sky and weather and certain cloud looks,
certain clouds, yeah,
and all that, and the trees, the way the trees look. They took that from us, not
the system
took.
Yeah, you know what? And I remember that because I knew when I was a kid, we could look at a tree. Now, I learned this from my grandmother. You can look at a tree, and depending upon if it had like a fuzz on it, we could tell where the wind was coming on, when the moisture was coming in, and the trees would tell you based on what side and how they leaned. And I mean, we just knew certain things. I knew about fish in the pond, when they were going to come down. I could look at the water and tell the water. I could tell what kind of fish was in what kind of water. I knew all these things. You can tell by the edge of the water what was in that water. You could look up and tell the moon. And I remember we first used to date when we was kids, and I was like, I look at I would stop. We would be walking. I'll stop, and remember I would say, I'm looking where the clouds are moving.
Yeah. Which way the clouds are moving.
Which way the clouds are moving. And then I don't know how I did it. I can't recall, but how fast they moved and what direction they moved, I would know how long before it would start. I literally would know how long I had before I need to get home and before I was getting rained on. So if I walk somewhere,
because you can tell by the fullness of the cloud.
I could tell by the cloud, and it could be hours away, and I would know in advance.
Yeah, and I'm saying all this to say, the system took that from us and gave it to their children to make it seem, and that it's okay that you can look at the stars and know where that actually the stars that they named, which that they named, and with the location and certain things they've taken away from us. And
they keep it inside the royal families, what they call their royal families.
Yeah, they do that because if we, the children of Yah, do exactly what's instructed, which we learned in the book of Jubilee, if once you learn that was to help us to understand and stay connected in how Yah moves. Like, I don't know if you guys paid attention yesterday. If you look up now I look up at the sky all the time. So I look up at the sky. You had yesterday at 11 o'clock, maybe 11:15. You look up and you had the moon still out, and then the sun's still coming to set.
In the east, yeah.
Yeah. So when 11 o'clock a.m. So when you look up and you see at 11 o'clock a.m. or the 9th hour or the 10th hour, whatever that is, because that's really how you're supposed to say it. But you will see yesterday that moon was still up. There's a reason, because the season is changing.
The season, it tells you the season is changing.
Yeah, so the season is changing, and now the cycle of life is adjusting for that season, because creation will always be waiting.
Yeah. So
yes.
Tomorrow at sundown is where Isaiah 58 goes into play. And it's like all your own pleasures, and again my schedule disappears at that time. That's it. You just go offline, and I'm good. And then all the way until evening, until sundown the next day. And that's why we just read right there in Leviticus. It says the day of the month, evening from evening, from unto evening. So in other words, it's just when it starts, evening to evening. Yeah. And
so now I'm going to teach my grandbabies how to pay attention to how Yah told Abraham, look up. And we got to pay attention, because that's how I'm going to show you how to function in my seasons.
Yeah, function in his season.
Yeah.
Because if we function in his season, especially that 40 day, we will harvest every time. And if we stop on, see, because I never really got a hold of, you get into the works of the flesh with religious Sabbaths. Don't stop, you're working. And, it's like really militant. But y'all's not talking like that.
And that's not what he's focused on.
That's not what he's focused on. He just saying just like just your schedule. I don't want you.
Yeah.
I don't want you mingling with certain people.
Right.
Right. I want you to set aside and meditate on me just that day. And so why? Because I didn't know that the meditation I was doing, if I just spend one day, if I meditate on him for 20 all them hours, from nighttime to next day and the night, I'm meditating on him, but I'm not knowing everything I'm meditating on. That doesn't mean I don't get nothing to eat. I don't know what I'm meditating on. I don't know the depthness on it. I just know that once it's over, the very next day, it is like, it's like I'm on a sled. It's, I mean, everything is smooth. And I'm getting insight for that last 40 days. I'm getting answers for that last 40 days. And I'm seeing manifestation. It's a harvest because that's that 40-day cycle. And I never knew that before. Somebody,
I just, you keep talking to something.
So since I never knew that before, when I experienced that, and here's the thing. I did this, I did a video on it. And I don't have time to do it today, right now. But I did a video on what happened after that. Do you remember the scripture that says there's a peace that surpasses all understanding? It was my first time that I ever heard, I will not force you to worship me. Under the JC name, you feel forced to worship him. Under YAHUAH, you want to. And you have to understand that he can't force you, nor can he request it. He's not going to request it because it takes the free will entity, your spirit, your ruach, okay, to give him praise. You give him what he made you out of in his image, that you had control of the image he gave you. And that image is the same image as him. So the love that he puts in you, you can give him something that he can't get nowhere else. I guess you gotta understand the way he created you, because the way he created you, and because he is everything. There's only one thing that he can't create. There's only one thing he can't create. The thing that he can't create and give himself that he can give himself the cars, he can give himself the I'm just giving things that we understand. Your buildings, he can give us new planets, new animals. He can do anything except one thing. He cannot give himself love. And he can't ask for it because then he controlled it. Then it was by his request. That's what Lucifer does. That's what Baal does. That's why you see he bite the Saturn biting that little baby, because they demand it.
Now I gotta bring this into the scripture. I used to like to quote a lot, and I stopped quoting it because it's wrong. The quote of "a man that don't work doesn't eat," right? So it hit me right now. So I went to look it up in the store, and it don't say nothing about that. That's that King James mess, because He's telling you, you must work in order to eat. You must toil in order to eat. That's not what that verse is talking about. It says right here, and with all decent deceit of disobedience in those perishing, because they did not receive the love of the truth in order for them to be delivered. That's what that verse says.
Okay, I
Wait. Hold on, I read the wrong verse. So, no, about the man that don't work, don't eat. Scripture. You know, if you don't work, you don't eat, right? We're talking about the day of rest. Most people got to work on the day of rest. Most people got to do things on the day of rest, right? So their mind goes to that, if I don't work, I won't eat.
okay, go ahead. Read that now.
Okay. So let me hold on. I need my highlighter so I can highlight it. I was reading 2, but 2 was good too. Hold on. So, 10.
So while she's doing that, what I was saying is that at the end of that is that the love is created, can only be created by what he created. So he took a piece of him, and for us to love him back, it's equal to him loving us.
Right. It says, for even when we were with you, we commanded you this: if anyone does not wish to work, neither let him eat. If you do not wish to work, don't eat. Not if you don't work, you're not going to eat. Not in that context of where you're pressured. You say if you wish. So in other words, if you wish to not work that day of your rest, then that day of your rest is fine. You're just not going to eat either. You're not going to do it. Don't take it as a concept of what they try to display upon you, which was, if you take this day and you don't work this day, you're never going to eat again. If you decide to take time off and spend time with y'all, you're never going to eat again. Because that's the position that people put on people when they want to do things concerning their relationship with y'all. They put stipulations and they misuse the scripture. And King James says, if you don't work, you don't eat. It's very harsh and very ununderstanding. But the Basora, it clearly says, if you wish not to work, neither you to eat. 2 different ways of reading them. Not, if the man doesn't do these things, your household won't be taken care of. If a man do these things, this won't be taken care of. Wrong. It all depends on the context of what you are doing at the time. So when people try to use that as an excuse, well, I have to work or I won't eat. If they give you that excuse when you're trying to talk to them about the day of rest, or when you're trying to talk to yourself about the day of rest, don't use that as your weapon, because that's not a weapon. That verse is not a weapon, and that's not going to help you. Because again, if you claim who's your source, if Yah be your source, then you should be able to understand how to function within that source. He supplies your need. So if you taking that time and honoring his will, then he will honor your will. And what's your will? To make sure your household is taken care of. Make sure things are met. Trusting him in all his ways. Do those things. So now that the day is approaching, you can't probably make this one, but you now can make provision for the next one. So the next one's coming up. We don't know exactly when, but we do know 40 days from now. So you have 40 days to make the proper provision. And you can't use that verse of a man that don't work, don't eat. You can't take the King James Version harshness when it truly says, if you decide not to work that day. That doesn't mean, that's not a generalized statement. That means that day. Everything is, they try to, I'm talking to you like if we're having dinner or something. They're trying, remember, Roman law was always designed to keep people in bondage. And the best way to keep you in bondage is to use wordplay. Wordplay means that they take a word and they put it before you, and now they make that word law. So if you call off work, what they do? Take your money, right? That's how they discipline you. Well, you don't have the time, so you're gonna miss work, so you're not gonna get paid because you don't have time for that. You don't have the time where they could pay you to miss work, so now you don't have no money. So they use wordplay on you, so you don't have the time. So now you pressured that you have to work in order to make up that money loss, right? And I'm only talking to those that are really serious about the day of rest, because this is serious. Because again, when the time comes and you want to be in the right position, I want you to understand.
It don't even say anything about it. I was looking at it because I was looking in a few.
No, anyway, I know. That's
it doesn't even say nothing about a man don't work, don't eat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Don't they use wordplay? That's what I said. They use the wordplay.
All right, here we got here.
Yeah, I'm still talking.
You have a statement here, Adrian. He can't give.
Yeah. So. Oh, you want me to put it up?
Give himself love. So when we worship Yah on our own, it's authentic, coming from an open heart turned towards a loving Father. Yeah, basically love and love. Now, and it's important to understand that, because when you come out of your seventh day, you're going to experience this enlightenment, this fruit that's going to come from that. And there's going to be a peace that's not Satan's anointing. Because right now, Christianity, Muslims, all that, they're feeling a presence. But it's Lucifer's anointing. It's not Yahuwah's. You feel, that's not even the right word. After the day of rest, the first time, you're going to experience something that I can't describe. I don't have the language for it. But that, I can tell you, that experience, that is the presence of Yah. And it's very noticeable. And it's very different. And it's only after that day of rest. And I can't explain to you. I can't describe it the best way I can. Only thing I can think of is a peace that surpasses understanding. It's not a direct feeling.
Actually, you can't even describe it, because that's your experience.
You won't be able to relate it to any 20, 30 years of going to any church meeting, conference, nothing. There's nothing to compare it to. There's no moment in life.
Well,
there's nothing.
Okay, let me help you guys. I gotta help you.
It's not even in writing.
Because
it's just a piece that it's there. Because when you give back to him,
what we gotta stop doing as a people, trying to describe our experiences, and then people trying to match our experience. What you need to do is experience the day of rest by you taking the time for that day of rest. Then come out. And then you learn your experience, because everybody's experience, even Moses, everybody's experience is different. Because why? Because you're doing something different in you. So,
and it's based on, hold that.
Yeah.
You're doing something different in you. So what did you do different in you? So this, all the scripture that you gathered for that 40 days. Now keep it. The Shabbat, the Shabbat is based on a cycle. Okay, keep going for that. Now that cycle is what you're dealing with.
Yeah, is what you are physically and mentally dealing with. That is why it's so important that you understand that when you're doing this, it's based on you doing it. It's not based on his experience, my experience. It's based on when you experience. And no, I don't know what you might come out and see. You might come out and see something totally out of...
But what you're not going to experience is anything that you experienced in the last...
No. What's going... for sure, when you go in and you come out, you will not experience nothing you experience in a Saturday, Sunday, and Friday stuff.
You can't locate
Yes.
that, but your brain's gonna try to, because you're trying to figure out what is that, and you're gonna go through every experience in your entire life, and you're not gonna be able to find anything like it.
Right. And that's Mark's experience.
That is, I just like,
because you try to say, you come out and you did
I
that.
was like, where does,
Yeah.
I came out, I was like,
Because I didn't come out doing that.
What is that?
That's what I'm saying. So that's his experience.
Was like that.
Your experience was like that. My experience was not like that. My experience, what I got, because of how each of us function,
Everybody's different.
I had a download of more clarity and understanding about the moon, the sun, the stars, and certain things. I got more clarity. I got more understanding. Because what I was what I was working with innerly to try to get closer and understand who y'all is. So when I came out understand. I wasn't trying to connect it to something. I wasn't trying to identify it with something. I don't want no identity to identify. I just had that download because I know anything moving forward has nothing to do with over here. So my download was, okay, moving forward, because I got to get to the seventh trump. See, that's what my mindset was.
So mine was, I was supposed to be working. I like working. Okay, so imagine I just got offered something that day. If I would just wait and I'm in the meeting with everybody in the room. I'm in a boardroom. Right? They showed up late. They're supposed to be there at 3. Okay? They got there at 5. And corporate men, don't get started for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, they just put in their pay. And the funny thing, they were preparing for the meeting. I didn't say nothing. All I knew, that 6 o'clock hit. Okay, if that 5 minutes before 6 o'clock, I'm out. No matter how far I go, I am out. And I promise you, when that clock got to that point, I knew that would be one of the greatest challenges for me, because I'm used to being inundated at that time. But it was so easy to shut it down. I would shut it down, and the men said to me, "Man, you serious? Yeah, I'm very serious. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta get to my next meeting with YAHUAH." But I didn't tell them that. I said, I got my next meeting to do, and I gotta leave right now. And tomorrow I'm not available. I'll call you tomorrow night or the day after, but I'm out. Right. Boom. I made a beeline to my car, and I got in my car at sundown. I turned the phone. Only person I did is I text Boo, and I got some eat food. I went silent.
I need to help some people, because some people are in nursing, some people are doctors, and they're 24 hours. Remember, it's just resting. So and not your self-pleasure. So that means
that's why Isaiah 48.
When you're at work and you're in the work on the day of rest, I'm gonna help you guys do something. So say if you're a nurse or a doctor, your day of rest, and you're in that day of rest period, that means just don't go to lunch with nobody. Go sit in your car for that whole hour by yourself. Sit there. Do things that you normally don't do for your pleasure. So take that hour, just meditate, go back in. Now no longer talk about all that gossipy, talky stuff. Y'all do. Just stay quiet and just do your job. Do your paperwork, do those things. And tell your coworkers you're in your day. And does that you have to be quiet? You just want silence for that day? You take control over that, and you're that's what y'all saying. Let him have that time, but he knows that some are nurses, some doctors that you just can't cut off work, and then you got some that choose not. So, but
Yeah,
for those
depending upon your schedule.
yeah, but
you
you
work it
still
accordingly.
could do it. It's not like you can't do it. You just got it, like he said. It describes. Don't do your self pleasures. Keyword: your self pleasures.
And you might be able to get to the point where you can figure out how to take that.
I'm
day
just
off.
saying,
It could
but
be a
as you work your way, you make time and you adjust.
we'll let you guys know
Yes.
as we get closer to the next
One.
Shabbat.
Yeah.
And remember Shabbat. Yeah. And it's not being sabotaged. So we'll let you know, and you guys can get to that point. But I think that is it for us today.
I'm sorry.
I pray that you guys receive something and you go to your Heavenly Father and thank Him, because that's why you needed
Beautiful.
to see
Yes.
everything. And we know that you had to see everything about Saturday. Yeah, you need to see the demon, the deity, the mighty one that's behind that. So it's not just when they gave them the calendar for Saturday. They do two calendars, one for the Jew and one for America, and both of those calendars are wrong.
Way out of whack.
Yeah, then they tell you 13 months, and they got 13-month one. You
Confusion.
got the sabotage, because they know that every calendar they give was the Mayan calendar. All the calendars are wrong. The only calendar that works is what is the moon.
There's a reason why he pointed and said your forefathers. If you go pay attention to what your forefathers did, you'll be able to get back in balance. What we have to learn is we pay attention to everybody between the forefathers. The forefathers is one that he used to set the standards on what we need to do. So that's why Yahusha even said, I only do what my father say, right? And I didn't come to abolish. I didn't come to abolish what the forefathers made the standard to be. I come to fulfill it. But Lucifer wants you to go all around the bush and not deal with the forefathers. So that's why he'll put Paul higher. That's why he'll put these certain people that were written within the higher than what the forefathers has already established for Yah's people. So pay attention to what the forefathers did, and you'll understand how to function and pay attention. So it's very important to, as they say, go back to your roots. Go back to old school way. Act like we ain't got no lights. Act like we can't walk in the house and turn the flips through. Because all of that was a distraction from disconnecting us, to keep us disconnected. I this thing about the grass. When the grass turns a certain color, there's season. The reason why the grass turns brown is dying because it doesn't live in that season. It dies because that's not the season where that grass. Certain grasses don't grow on certain seasons. It dies and it goes away. So
yeah, and science always doing preservatives. They just kept messing up our seasons.
Yeah,
playing with the seasons
on purpose.
On purpose.
Just so we would not. This is all based on so we would worship that
Satan.
Jesus, Satan.
Mm-hmm. All to worship him. He'll change this. Remember in Book of Daniel, he would change the seasons and the dates to stress to where's that at? Where is that?
Yeah, why you looking at? Yeah, and it's to keep you in. So when we're dealing with the day of rest, I don't want you guys to make it a ritual, because Yah is not a ritual. It's a mindset and a lifestyle. So again, if you have a certain type of
Daniel chapter 7. Do I just need to do it here?
Yeah. So I want you guys to realize when you're talking to people and trying to encourage those that are getting connected to who Yah is, that it's not about ritual. It's about a lifestyle, and some lifestyles is you as an employer or employee in a medical field, or whether it's a certain type of field, you can't always just get off work. So what do? Just don't do it? No, that's not how it works. That's
you
why
start there.
Yeah.
You start there. You start there by taking away the things you can take away, and to the point that you know, again, like that's for you tomorrow, but then you're going to find out in the next 40-day cycle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
The next 40-day cycle. And here's the thing. You don't know what day it's going to be on. That's why when we see, when he was talking to this one people right there, he said the 9th day, right? You got to remember, is the 7th day can be the 9th day. So it just depends.
It depends.
You just don't know, you know. It depends on, because he wanted them. He didn't say it was his day of rest. He said it would be yours.
Right.
He told them that their rest was on their day of rest was on the 9th day. But them doggone people put Shabbat there. Messed it up. That Shabbat that word Shabbat shouldn't have been there.
That's sabotage crap.
That was sabotage because the day of rest is not on the 9th day. But they said it was. But Yah didn't say it was his day.
No.
He said you guys will celebrate your day of rest on the 9th day.
Right.
Evening to evening. That's what he told them.
But the 7th is his.
7th is this.
Right.
But he told them that was theirs.
The 9th was theirs.
The 9th was theirs.
Yeah. And the 9th, but the 9th won't be the same, just like the 7th won't be the same.
It will not be the same.
Because he don't want us in a ritual. He don't want us in his little rituals.
Right.
He always wants us to be committed to life.
Not toiling, not sabotaging.
I love my
So remember that 29 means sabotage, right? Let's look at this. Take a peek.
The system.
But yeah, and we kept you guys 2 hours a day. Oh, you guys hung in there.
Yeah.
They hung in there.
It's like watching a movie.
You know, when you think about that Black's Law, y'all. I'm telling you, man. And you gotta realize that they tagged every religious group with their day of Sabbath. So they wanted the Muslims to be on Friday. They wanted the Jews to be on Saturday. They wanted the Christians to be on Sunday, right? And then because they took those titles, that law book brought in the sabotage word and called each one of those days Sabbaths.
Crazy, ain't it? I mean,
because you got to realize the Muslims were launched by the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church launched the Jews.
And then the Jews launched
and
the Christians.
Jews launched, the Catholic Church launched the Christians. Those Jews were launched by, there would be no word Jew without Rome.
Right.
They the ones that gave them the power to come up with that word.
Which was documented.
Yeah. And then that's when they gave them created that Star of David, which the Star of David was way before this word Jew. Way before that, and King David never used it. Never used it. That star was based on Baal worship that was adopted, and that's a whole nother story. Okay? But each one of those groups were given a Shabbat. And that's why today, I don't care if you hire a Muslim on sundown on Friday, he going to pray.
You're going to pray.
And you can't interrupt that.
Well, they have set their system up.
Their system said that if a Muslim
that's why their doctors are Muslims.
If the Muslim works for you and he'll ask you nicely, and if you don't do that, he can sue you. And the Constitution will support that. He knows that.
That's why they get away with it.
And then the Jewish people, they know that. They know that you can't do that. Okay, now we're gonna look at this.
No, we can't. It did not pop up yet.
It's going to pop up here in a second, but I want to show this to you guys.
No. You keep talking. It's our channel. We ain't got to worry about no Facebook.
All right, so what we got here? Dr. Rosetta, if we can sit in a building and listen to a lie for hours, we can definitely sit in the comfort of our home and be taught the truth.
You say that again,
Mr.
Ritter. Rosetta.
Yeah. And but when you see these things, and you see it in a certain law category, especially with Black's Law, and again the date is 1762. 1762 is what you see. So in 1762 is when Black's Law came into play. or came into play with those laws, religious laws. And they paid a very close attention. Black's law paid very close attention to religious law coming out of Rome. Because you got to realize that control and power was not just military. You had to have religious power because people would die for a religion. Okay? They wouldn't die for a political reason. They would die if they believed in their deity. They would, and that's how they pin you guys today with Democrat and Republican. Mm-hmm. That's how they get you, because it's not the law that they're talking about. It's how you feel religiously about Democrats and how you feel religiously about Republicans. They don't mention that, but that's what they bend their rulings to the books that you read that are wicked, right? For the Christians, that's how they do it. And so when Rome, Constantine needed the religious leaders to help him control and dominate the world. You can't do it without some type of ruling like that. So this is where black law, and this is why in the Constitution, Christianity is protected for Sunday. Muslims are protected on Friday. Mm-hmm. Okay? And then the Jews are protected on Saturday. And all of them are under that Green Reaper. The Green Reaper is who they're worshiping. And remember, all of those are Baal. So the Green Reaper reports to Baal. Baal reports to Gabriel. Gabriel is another name for Shatan. Shatan. Shantan. What you call Satan. Mm-hmm. Shatan. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's where you get that at. And now all of that is under his control right now in the spirit, and that's what's being controlled. Mm-hmm. That's what's being controlled. So that's what we see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a peek. So this here it is. And this is Daniel. I remember reading this when I was 12 years old. You can go. I always bring that up. Remember, I read this when I was 12 years old, and it shocked me. I was like, "Wow!" I said, "And he shall speak great words." Talking about Lucifer against. Now, this word Elyon is not there. This would be Elohim, and he shall swear. He shall wear out the Koadishim. That's the saints.
Oh, YAHUAH.
Of YAHUAH. And think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hands until a period of time and times and dividing time. When time is that? Right now. And of course, obviously, 7th trump. And obviously 6th trump too. So, yeah. That he would have control over the people's minds until, that's why it says in time and time and time. So what time would he lose that power? Is right now. So us being awakened is fulfilling that prophecy, that he would have power until that times a time. Notice that 3 times, right? The time before the 6th trump, time during the 6th trump, and the 7th trump. So that's the times, okay? So we hit the first one now. And that's why we're being revealed these mysteries and secrets, and because unto us has been given to know those mysteries. Okay, so what's coming to us now is what we're receiving, and it doesn't come. It's not going to come through that building. That building is gone for the rest of your life, y'all. It'll never come back. Yep, never.
And it was designed to control. It's all based on controlling the mind. Because if he could get your mind, he could get you to meditate on things that will not unlock you.
And while he's outside destroying everything, while he's just trying to destroy the government shut down and the skies has been blue as blue, and no more until it open back up, then the chemtrails will come back. But the sky's been beautiful But you don't see a lot of people with colds right now, coughing a lot in the last week. So it doesn't mean that everything is terrible and bad. I know some people can't fly, whatever, they can't do whatever they want. But it just shows you how, what I'm talking about is how criminal our own government is, where they'll sit around, fly airplanes to poison us.
Well, no, that too. But the thing
That's
is,
just one thing of it.
The thing is, you got to learn how to take the opportunity when Lucifer does certain things.
Yeah, when he's doing something,
you got to know how to work
pivot.
it.
You got wait a minute. If he over here,
I need to go do this right here because he focused over here. I'm not trying to run to where he at. No, you got to know how to pivot.
You got to know how to pivot. Yeah, and this is where religion, all the religions are confused, and y'all made it so simple. It was only his finger. He made it so simple. My name and my day. It was nothing else, you guys. It was absolutely nothing else. And everything else would just fall into play. My giving, my receiving, my honoring of my parents, my kids, everything else would just come right into play. It's just simple that day. Because the thing is, going back to the day is like we're talking about. Once you get to the day, and you remember Kim explained her experience. Once you get to the day and you experience that one time, you get yourself in a full day. And when you look up the next week, not even a week, the very next day, you like, I was telling Kim, this is happening. Kim like, what, you surprised? I was like, and then you start getting into a flow where you start wondering why stuff ain't being derailed. Like, because you're so used to, as a Christian, you waiting for that doggone gun joker come around the corner. And then we had language for it. Oh, don't talk about it because the devil gonna get to it. We had language for his sabotage.
But how do we develop that? Guess how?
How?
Because when Yeshua went up to the top to deal with him running that mouth, Yeshua was showing us how to deal with it. But we, as a people, didn't even grab a hold of that. So now our language, how do we get that language? Because we listen to everybody else use that language. Oh, don't talk about that. Because Lucifer wants to control what comes out the mouth and the mind. That's why he was telling Yeshua, look, don't you see that? Catch that right. He's trying to get image and mouth.
Image and mouth.
Get you to see the image and then speak it out of your mouth. See the image and speak it out of your mouth. What do you got, question?
All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. We gotta go. I just looked at the time. All right, hey guys, love you. Until next time, we'll see you guys next week. We're gonna continue to talk about this subject. Don't call me tomorrow. Not joking.
We love you guys.
We ain't gonna be off the clock after 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and remember, if you be in the Mashiach, then you are Abraham's seed.
Heirs according to promise.
We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There's no